Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So we're on day 9 of the Cineworld Challenge, and I can't count. But yeah, anybody who doesn't know, this is a challenge that Cineworld set out earlier this year to do a video or some sort of content based on each of these 30-day challenges. I've chosen it for September, and as you've probably seen along with the challenge, or you've just come to this video, you'll see that I've done several days before. We're currently on day 9, so day 9 basically is a film that a soundtrack that I really love. So again, this was a little bit of a hard one because, you know, there are a lot of movies. I mean, my initial thought was initially going to be Top Gun, because I absolutely loved that soundtrack. I played it to death. My dad played it a lot when I was a kid, and I think that's why it sticks with me, and that was going to be. But I thought that was a bit too off the scope, because even though it's a film and a soundtrack that I love, the only reason I love it is because I was played it as a kid and because my parents liked it, which is where you get a lot of your likes from. So I don't necessarily know if I would like it as a person. It's because I've been influenced by it because of growing up. So then I think back of, you know, what are the soundtracks and that, and it takes me back to my late teen years. So when I was a teenager, my first proper job was working at Tesco's. So I'm sure a lot of you have worked at cinemas, supermarkets and stuff like that. It's quite a popular thing in the UK. That's where you'd work. I had a friend, Matt, at the time, and we got into a lot of the movies and stuff we wanted. We got into the Foo Fighters album, you know, with the Jack Black video. It's been so long since, say, 20 odd years. That's what we liked into. We liked a few movies and films like Head TV and stuff that we got into. But there's one movie that always stood out, and me and Matt always used to sing it down the aisles, in the back and all this stuff. And to this day, I can still remember almost all of the lyrics, and I love this movie to death. So the movie that has the soundtrack that I love the most is South Park. Bigger, longer and uncut. Anybody who hasn't seen this, who's a fan of animation or South Park, you are really missing out. Like Saddam Hussein, the devil, obviously has the first talking section for Kenny. Yeah, but there are so many things. Obviously I believe it's rated 18 or it's rated 15, but there is quite a rude stuff in that. You know, starting off from the first song of Stan talking about his quiet little country town, to Brian Donaghy, you know, silly stuff in like Dying Giraffe. Me and Matt would always quote this and absolutely love this to death. I say we had the soundtrack at the time. We used to play it in our car when we'd drive around together and stuff, and just very fond memories of this. Say the songs are still ingrained in my head 20 years time. Not as a big South Park fan as I was then as I am now. I've played the games and watched a few bits here and there, but I'm not as a big fan as I used to be. I think because of it was Friends. And we shall continue. If you heard the Little Mermaid in the background, that was my front door. So it's always interesting when the postman rings the doorbell when you're trying to make a YouTube video, isn't it? So yeah, so South Park the animated movie. If anybody hasn't seen it, obviously it's the story of Satan wanting to come to Earth and rule it. There are a lot of in-jokes and stuff. It's very much fitting with the South Park kind of formula. Very catchy songs that you get on with. A lot of characters and stuff like Brian Donaghy that I've never really heard of. But I still find it funny and silly. And yeah, absolutely adore this movie. So then, this has been day 9. And this has been the film that has a soundtrack that I love. Definitely the first one that would come to mind, instead apart from Top Gun, which I'm sure. What was your favourite soundtrack to your favourite movie? Please let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish, if you're enjoying these videos. Otherwise, I've been Cypher Sigma Screen Time, and I shall see you in the next one.